r/askreddit. What job exists because we are stupid?
I had a temp job in a posh department store a few years ago. The escalator going down from floor 2 to floor 1 had to be taken out to be replaced, which took a month. Despite the many, many notices and the signs directing people to the lifts and stairs, a member of staff had to stand at the top of the closed escalator just to direct the public to the lifts and stairs. It broke people's brains, and it was worrying to see how many tried to get past the barriers or got pissed and shouty because there was no escalator. Like, holy crap, how did people cope before moving stairs were invented?
But really, any film set I've worked on where I've had to direct traffic results in the most confusion and shouting. Like, all I'm asking is you to go around a small area, and people will be like, you can't tell me I can't walk this way. Shh, why are you doing this? Oh, you're filming. I'll only comply if I can be an extra hue-hue.
Met a guy once. His job was putting dirt on potatoes. Somebody along the supply chain washed them pretty well by the time they got to the grocery. People didn't trust the clean potatoes, so one guy had to put dirt back on them to make them more authentic.
You have to be kidding, right?
Nope, but that was a few years ago. Maybe the supply chain people wised up. Love to be the guy asking customers what they didn't like about the potatoes and hearing the clean story. But probably they just put 2 bins out there, one with redirted potatoes and one with cleansed ones, and watch the customers. Here, clean out the dirty one.
My husband is a labor and employment attorney for a massive company and gives monthly seminars to everyone there to not send d-pics/sexually harass one another. And like clockwork, someone in that room does it within a couple weeks.
That is because it just never occurred to them until someone mentioned it. Oh, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? Proceeds to send a pic of D. Clark to co-worker.
On crowded nights, Disney Springs has employees working at crosswalks at the intersections from the overflow parking lots to tell people when they can cross. They're normal intersections that have lights telling you when you can cross. People just don't acknowledge them and will try to run across oncoming traffic.
I assumed they were there for drunk people on vacation. Something about going on a trip seems to make some people's common sense just shut off. Those garages are effing magical, though. Impressed me more than any of the attractions.
The companies that get you out of timeshares.
The worst part is that most of those are absolute scams too.
I'm picturing the same guy that sold the timeshare slapping on a fake mustache and handing you his get out of. Your timeshare business card.
I'm a self-serve gas station attendant. Honestly, the only reason I'm here is to slap the emergency stop button if someone starts pumping gas outside their car/gas can. Oh, and shut off the pumps when I leave.
Did you ever have to tell a motorcycle gang member, a pagan in my case, legendary for their violence, that he could not smoke while pumping gas? I did. I thought long and hard about the wisdom of that and came to the conclusion that next time I was going to grab a bag of popcorn and watch the show from my booth in complete safety.
No, but I did have to tell a motorcycle gang I can't just start the pumps if they leave their car.
I have a side gig doing data entry. I earn $25 / copying and pasting stuff from a web page into an Excel spreadsheet while doing some light formatting.
Tier 1, it's support? Did you try turning it off and on again? Sure you did. Could you blow into the cable to make sure there is no dust in the connect? Oh, the cable was loose. How surprising. Have a good day.
Could you blow into the cable to make sure there is no dust in the connect?
Have also heard reverse the cable. They only work one way. /r/tales from tech support.
All the jobs at MLM companies.
The stupid part is the no skill, no training ambition for instant wealth and success with minimal effort. They'll sells the sucker on instant gratification for minimal effort. Oh, you're on social media all day. Why not make money at the same time?
Traffic police in Baltimore. I was there this summer and the gridlock was atrocious. People push their way into the intersection. The light turns red and they are stuck there until the light is about to turn red in the opposite direction, at which point those people push their way into the intersection and the cycle perpetuates During rush hour, they have police standing in the intersections. Not to direct traffic, though, simply to hold their hand up when the light turns red so that people don't push their way into the intersection. Basically, a human has to stand in traffic for hours just to tell the drivers what the lights mean. It was unbelievable.
That's the point at which I'd be instructing them to write tickets. Even if you only got everyone in 10, word would spread sharpish. I'm from the UK, and police hand-directing traffic in general seems insane to me. I can understand it if there's some unusual situation like a temporary diversion or a sporting event or something. But on a normal intersection, fine the fuckers until they learn.
At my university, we have a person whose job is to stand by the garbage area and make sure people dispose of their trash appropriately.
My school had a massive issue with recycling getting contaminated. It got so bad at one point that the company refused to take their recycling for a few months. They decided to redesign all the bins to make it super clear what you can and can't recycle, and the recycling bins are always next to a trash can, so it's never more work to recycle. People still throw food and trash in the recycling bins and vice versa.
Most people can't be asked to read, let alone to care. The amount of times I've seen people walk up to doors with a sign that says closed or back in 10 and they'll rattle the door for a couple minutes is astounding. Sauce. Worked at a convenience store and lived by one. Meth lab cleaners. It's pretty sad to see how much this industry is growing in Australia.
Here in Arkansas, too. This state is completely flooded with meth.
Litter control personnel for public parks and beaches.
Shh, not my beach. Who cares? /s.
I live on a beach and see this all the time. All my beer can fell out of the million chairs and umbrellas and coolers I'm trying to carry at once for some reason. Oh well, it'll be taken by the tide, I'm sure.
Bouncers at bars and clubs. Drunk people can be the biggest idiots, and you need someone there that can handle them so they don't ruin other people's good time.
Was a bouncer at a nightclub. Didn't have to deal with that many aggressive people. Just drunk slobs, usually. Had a girl once come to me sobbing because she couldn't find the exit that was 2 meters to my right with a huge green exit sign just above it.
Gossip column journalists and paparazzi.
How else will I know what celebrity is wearing while off of work?
Reddit influencers.
That's a thing?
No, not really buy Coca-Cola. It's just a conspiracy theory.
The guys who install rubber padding around telephone and light poles so when we walk and text, we don't break our noses walking straight into them.
Watched a woman stop halfway across a crosswalk in a busy intersection to text, oblivious to everything until cars started honking, and then she flipped them off.
My blood pressure just shot up reading that. Infuriating.
Ticket companies that sell you tickets from ticket companies that sell you tickets.
No, those exist because people are greedy. Any limited resource will immediately be hoarded and resold at a premium.
Because those companies are greedy. They sell majority of tickets to a ticket reseller that they likely own so they can then say it's sold out and jack up the price on the reseller. Common practice in the ticket industry.
Fortnite coaches.
There were coaches for Halo 2 back in the day and Halo 3. I remember seeing people ask for Microsoft points for an hour or two of coaching in Halo 3.